Good morning, everyone. Can you all see the screen, the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
So, so we'll move on to the next topic today, which is the last topic of your, I think, second unit. The legal requirements for establishing of a new unit. Okay. So, legal requirements for establishing of a new unit today it is impossible to move in many walks of life without first consulting a lawyer. Starting a business venture is no exception. Complexity is increasing in entrepreneurial activity, government legislation, awkward, awakened social conscience. Economic necessities are playing their roles in the creation and existence of enterprise. Every entrepreneur should know the legal dimensions of a venture to avoid breaking laws and to spot opportunities permitted by law. Entrepreneurs need expert legal help. Okay. Some entrepreneurs believe they need legal help only if they are used to or are suing others. Okay, but this attitude is short sighted. Entrepreneurs should undergo legal checkups while establishing a new unit and fulfilling the legal requirements in this connection. The entrepreneur needs to be aware of legal formalities that may affect the establishment of his new unit. Legal formalities may be necessary at different stages of the startup of a venture. Now, when we talk about legal formalities or legal procedures, everybody is aware that to do anything or to, let's say, to be
Ma'am, what is the meaning of
sure.
social conscience?
Social conscience means the conscience of society, what the society thinks is right and what is wrong according to them. So,
Okay.
what basically we are talking about here is that every business or every activity should be done with legal considerations. Okay, for example, if we are buying a house, before buying a house, every the standard procedure that everyone should follow is that getting the property papers from the person who is selling the house or selling the property and getting it verified or checked by a lawyer. Okay, now most of the people think, or most of businessmen or entrepreneurs feel that they need to be in touch with an legal team or an advocate only when they need to sue someone. Okay, so sue someone means, what does suing someone mean? पता है किसी को? Does anybody know?
Giving notice.
Yes, sort of giving a notice, giving a legal notice. Okay, suing someone means filing a case in the court against somebody. All right. So that is not the only time when we need a lawyer. Okay, a lawyer or a legal team helps us in stopping or in being aware about what are the legal procedures that should be followed in order to avoid any future mishaps or any future problems related to the government procedures or proceedings. Right? Yes, Nishita, it is filing a case. Okay, good. Then we'll move on. Legal forms of organization. Now, when we are setting up the organization, or we are setting up the company or the working structure, okay, when we are starting an organization, when we are starting an enterprise, the very first thing we need to do is to select the product. Okay, now when we are selecting the product, that time also we need to be aware of what are the various legal procedures involved in producing that particular product. For example, the government has laid down various rules and regulations related to each type of product production. Okay, for example, if it is an edible product, okay, so related to that there are various agencies and various licensing authorities through which you need to get a license in order to sell a commercial product which is edible. Okay, edible means खाने वाली चीज़, ठीक है. Then in case of cosmetics the rules are different. In case of let's say some goods that can be harmful for human life, like firecrackers, okay, or anything, arms and ammunition or related to those things, the rules are even tougher. Okay, so depending on the type of product that you are choosing to produce, there are various laws or regulations that have been set by the government. Okay, and every entrepreneur needs to be aware of all these rules and regulations in order to avoid any mishaps. Then we come to choosing the type of organization structure that we are having in the enterprise. So choosing a legal form of organization ranks among the entrepreneur's most vital decisions. This choice affects a number of managerial and financial issues. The legal forms of venture may be sole proprietorship. So these you may have already studied in other classes. So sole proprietorship, partnership firm, joint stock company, cooperative undertaking, Hindu undivided or joint family and small scale firm. Okay. Now we'll discuss each of these in a little detail. So firstly, sole proprietorship. When we talk about sole proprietorship, means the entrepreneur is the sole owner of that business. Okay, so this is the oldest form of business or ownership. Here the owner assumes all risk or risk of loss or failure of the enterprise. Okay, so if there are any mishaps or if there is any losses in the business, along with the profit, the losses are also to be bared by that sole proprietor himself or herself. Okay, then it is easy to establish and is subject to moderate regulations. So there are not many regulations related to setting up of a sole proprietorship business. Okay, plus it's not too much of work. Okay, and it is very easy to set up. Then the legal formality is that if it is excuse me, if it is a manufacturing unit, the firm should be registered with Directorate of Industries and Commerce. So this is DIC, the Directorate of Industries and Commerce, or we have another DIC as well, which is District Industry Center. So Directorate of Industries and Commerce has separate divisions under which district industry center is set up in every district. Okay, so we need to get registered with them. If the venture is the drug business, it should be registered with the drug controller. The liquor shop should be registered with state excise. A fair price venture should be registered with the Department of Food and Civil Suppliers. Okay, so there are different departments, different sections of legal departments that handle different types of products, as we discussed earlier. Okay, so each type of product need to be registered with their concerned type of department. Okay, then next we come to the partnership. Now partnership is it is combining talents and resources of several people. So partnership, as you may have studied, it is part of it helps, or an advantage of partnership is that we have many people to discuss a problem with. We have many people with different talents working on the same business. Then we have a pool of resources which all the partners have pooled in. Okay, collective resources of all the partners, not one single person. It is an association of two or more persons carrying business to share its profit. The law of partnership is contained in the Indian Partnership Act
And your
19.
voice is breaking.
Voice is breaking.
Yes, ma'am.
This problem comes every single time we have a class. Now can you hear me? Is it better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So the Indian Partnership Act has also been renewed. So the Partnership Act defines whatever the rules and regulations related to setting up a partnership firm are. Okay. Now legal formalities or legal implications of partnership: legal position, not a legal entity. Now here the company or the organization that has been set up, it is it's not a legal entity, as in case of a sole proprietorship. It is a separate entity, as we have spoken about when from the sole proprietor. The owner is different and the business is different. Okay, then liability, unlimited, joint and individual. Now these points you may have already studied. I don't think I need to explain it any more. We'll quickly move on to the next slide. Okay, it's the utmost faith in each other, then implied authority. Each partner is an agent, and hence, so these are just things that are part of a partnership. Okay, unanimity of vote, a partnership deed has to be signed. All right, then registration of firms. The Indian Partnership Act does not make it compulsory for a firm to be registered, but there are certain disabilities which attach to an unregistered firm. These
Again, your voice is
disabilities make it virtually compulsory for a firm to be registered.
Ma'am, again your voice is breaking.
No. I don't know what is happening. I think the internet is having some issues.
समझ नहीं आ रहा.
We'll do one thing. We'll have a class tomorrow, ठीक है? And आर यू ऑल फ्री आफ्टर 10 और यू हैव अ क्लास?
मैम एक्चुअली 10:20 पे की क्लास रहती है और 10:40 आई थिंक 10:45 फ्री हो जाते हैं हम लोग।
10:45 आप फ्री हो जाते हो और
जी, जी।
10:20 to 10:45 आपकी क्लास होती है मतलब।
जी मैम।
तो व्हाट वील डू इज़ मैं 10 o'clock 10 या 10:05 तक मैं फ्री हो जाती हूँ मेरी क्लास से, ठीक है? तो तब से 10:45 तक तो मैं फ्री रहती हूँ, तो वी कैन हैव दोज 20 minutes, ठीक है? तो 10 o'clock से कल हम क्लास ले लेंगे, ठीक है? तो आज जो भी हाँ
मैम कल से 10 बजे से होगी मतलब?
कल की 10 बजे ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? रेगुलर नहीं रखेंगे क्योंकि क्या है, आई कैन नॉट लीव दी अर्लियर क्लास अर्ली एवरी डे, है ना? जो 9:30 से रहती है उसको जल्दी हमेशा नहीं छोड़ सकती, तो 1-2 दिन मैनेज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है?
तो मैम बट अगर 10 o'clock सब बोल रहे हो मैम 10:20 से तो टैक्स की रहती है।
हाँ तो 10 to 10:20 तो फ्री रहते हो ना, 20 मिनट
हाँ।
तो फ्री रहोगे, तब तो
हाँ,
ले
हाँ।
सकते हैं,
यस मैम।
ठीक है ना? तो तब कर लेंगे हम, और तो फिर बाद का हमारा प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहेगा, ठीक है ना? तो फिर बाद में हम क्लास नहीं लेंगे, और 10:45 to 11 भी मैं क्लास ले लूँगी,
ओके मैम।
ठीक है? तो वहाँ 20 मिनट्स और यहाँ 15 to या 10 मिनट्स हम यूज़ कर लेंगे अपने, ठीक है ना?
ओके मैम।
चलिए, ओके, थैंक यू गर्ल्स, विल